Hello, this is Yubagoon with another video in my Age of Mythology Trigger Basics series. This time we're learning a bit more about unit creation and manipulating those units after they've been created. So, for example, we know how to move units that we've got in the editor, such as the Son of Osiris, but what if we create new units during the scenario and then want to move them? Well, we can't select them, so we need a new way of doing things. If you want this to be online compatible as well, there's pretty much only one way of doing this. Introducing the army triggers. What we're going to do is look at the army deploy as comps online. So what this does is it allows you to set a value from 0 to 9, so a total of 10 armies per player, and then once you've created your army, you can do all sorts of things with it. So let's just start off with being really simple. Let's just create a militia and then we'll get it to move. So I'm going to create the militia there, just one militia. Heading is a value from 0 to 360, and this clear existing units will come into a bit more detail later. We'll then move this army. So again, move for comps online. You want to make sure that the numbers are the same, and we're going to move it over there with attack move off. Let's see what happens. So we've instantly spawned a militia and it's moved over. Brilliant. Now, if I explain to you what this button does, we'll be able to see it in action. So this command or any other commands such as kill, damage, convert, all applies to the certain army. This clear existing units essentially wipes the database of the army units and changes it so that it's only what you've created from this trigger. So I can show you what this means. If I deploy this militia twice in the same spot and use the clear existing units off and ask the unit to move, you'll see that the army database isn't refreshed. Both of our units are considered to be in the army and they will both move. However, if I change it so that we are clearing existing units, what's going to happen is it's going to create one militia. It's going to then create another militia but wipe the army database and make sure it only contains that militia. So this trigger will only affect the most recent unit. And I'm going to make this into Alfred so we have the two different types of units. So we're going to get a militia that stays where it is told, and the Alfred that starts moving. With this you can obviously create quite a lot of effects. If you choose to not clear existing units, you could potentially have quite a large database of units. So we could create 30 units, for example, and they're all going to move as one. We've got a few different types of effects that we can use. So say if you only wanted it to happen when the relic is picked up, how we do this is we'd use the unit's owned condition. So that means the player 1's picked up a relic, or that means any player's picked up the relic. Again, we've got the same army, so if we have 2 militia, and then we have the army convert, what's going to happen is as soon as we pick up that relic, we're going to get 2 militia on our team and 2 militia on the enemy team, and they're going to fight. So this is how we'd create things online. You've got quite a lot of applications you can do with this. You could use it for a shop if you wanted to create units. You could create surprise attack units, all sorts of things. And my trigger effects list is quite full up with all the triggers I've collected over the years, but there's a huge number of effects you can do. So you can have flash where they're highlighted. You can have kill, you can have damage, You can change the heading, you can mutate, change type, set animations, set hit points, set scale. Quite a lot of commands which are a bit more advanced and we'll have to cover later. But this tells you the basics of how to create units out of thin air and then command those units. It's quite a lot of experimenting to do with this one, so for now I'll leave it there and hope you've enjoyed.